Hello, welcome back to the Sabi Island Fire District podcast, where we explore the people and traditions that keep our community safe. I'm your host, Chris Lake. For most people, when they see a volunteer fire station, they assume that there are people at the station all the time. Today we're going to talk about the assumptions and answer the question, why isn't volunteer fire departments staffed around the clock? So let's start with the basics. Volunteer fire departments are built on the dedication of everyday people. These are your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends, who step in to the role of firefighter or EMT when the community needs them. They don't sit at the station all day. Instead, they use a dedicated app on their phone, or they carry a pager, or they carry a radio for being ready to respond from home, work, or wherever they may be. This model has deep roots in American history. The idea was simple. Communities wanting to protect themselves did so by pooling their time and effort. This tradition continues today in thousands of towns across our nation. So why not just staff a fire station all the time? The short answer is cost. To staff a fire station 24 hours a day, 7 days a week requires full-time personnel. This means salaries, health care, retirement benefits, training, and protective clothing for these individuals. To put it in perspective, staffing a single 3-person fire engine company around the clock here on Sabi Island, that's one officer, one driver, and one firefighter EMT. This can cost between $1.5 and $2 million per year. And that's just one crew. Larger towns often need multiple crews to cover multiple shifts, plus additional personnel for ambulances, ladder trucks, and specialized units. Multiply those by the cost across an entire department with multiple fire stations. You're looking at tens of millions of dollars annually to staff these stations. For small communities with limited tax bases, this is simply not sustainable. Instead, the volunteer departments operate differently. Calls are dispatched through county or regional systems, and volunteers are ready to respond from wherever they're at. The fire station may look quiet, but behind the scenes, there's a network of people ready to drop everything and respond when they get an alarm. Volunteers train to maintain their skills, often sacrificing evenings and weekends to do so. They also fundraise to purchase equipment because items like turnout coats and helmets and pants and boots and the breathing apparatus on their backs can cost thousands of dollars. It's a system built on community commitment and pride. Of course, this model has its trade-offs. Response times can be longer compared to career departments because volunteers must travel from their home or work to the station before responding to the scene. Coverage can also be thinner during work hours or weekends due to fewer volunteers' availability. But the benefits of this model are significant. Volunteer fire departments allow communities to have fire protection without the heavy financial burden of full-time paid staff. It's worth pausing to recognize the human side of this. Volunteers juggle demanding schedules. Imagine this: coming home from a long day at your job, sitting down to dinner, and getting a page for a house on fire. You grab your gear, respond to the station, and spend hours fighting flames, all without getting paid. That level of dedication is extraordinary. This is why communities rally around the volunteer fire departments. They do that with fundraisers, pancake feeds, parades to show appreciation. These events aren't about the money, but it's about the bond between the fire department and the community and the firefighters in the community, to be blunt. Some communities are trying a hybrid model where they hire a small amount of paid staff to augment the volunteers during peak hours. Others are exploring partnerships on the regional level. All this still, with this innovation and these ideas, and still needs to be balanced. with safety and affordability in mind. The reality is a fully staffed fire department is expensive. For many towns, the volunteer model is the only way that they can provide fire protection without overwhelming the taxpayers. So next time you drive by a quiet little fire station, remember, behind those doors is a dedicated group of people ready to drop everything and respond when the alarm calls. And the alternative, a fully staffed professional crew, comes with a hefty price tag that many communities can't sustain. Volunteer fire departments are more than just emergency responders. They're a living reminder of what happens when neighbors look out for each other, and that's something worth celebrating. If you've ever thought about volunteering, visit our website at www.sifire.org or stop by the station on a Wednesday night during training, or send us an email at iwanttovolunteer@sifire.org, and we'll get you more information. In our next podcast, we will discuss why volunteer departments have long response times. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, and I hope to see you next time on the Sauvie Island Fire District Podcast.